The French Revolution was one of the most significant events throughout world history. In 1787, a food shortage left the Third Estate, or the commoners, with nothing, while the First and Second Estates, clergy and nobility, took what little was left, angering the commoners. 2 years later, in 1789, the king attempted to resolve the conflict by instituting an Estates General. Unfortunately, it was useless, as each estate had one vote, and the First and Second Estates were always in consensus against the Third. The Third Estate created the National Assembly because they had no voice, challenging the authority of the king and attempting to speak for the whole of the nation. On July 14, 1789, a group of 80,000 revolutionaries stormed the Bastille, a prison, freed the political prisoners, and collected guns.
The revolution had begun.
A month and a half later, the National Assembly issued the Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen and declared independence from the king. 2 years later, the Legislative Assembly, the succession of the National Assembly, created a formal constitution, changing the government once again. Over the next few years, radical revolutionaries went around France, killing and imprisoning any opponents of the revolution in the Reign of Terror.
In 1795, it ended.
A new constitution was issued. The National Convention was disbanded, but to keep power, they quickly passed a law ensuring 2/3 of them stayed, causing the upset conservatives to attempt to take power with force. But Napoleon burst onto the scene and crushed the outbreak.
Later, Napoleon seized power in France as an effect of the revolution.
He was a fantastic ruler who secularized the state and centralized the government, abolished serfdom, and was an extraordinary commander in battle. After the Reign of Terror, Napoleon took over most of Europe in a series of military conquests. Napoleon also made treaties with Austria, Prussia, and Spain, but his actions led to the real influences. Napoleon's domestic policies influenced the usage of ideas like public education and women's rights. He left the education of the poor to municipal schools and stated women were inferior to men, slowing the feminist movement. Napoleon took power from the church in attempts to advance nationalism and remove religion's role in the government, which is seen all over the world today. Following the French Revolution, the Haitian Revolution took place in Saint-Domingue. Because slaves heard rumors of Napoleon outlawing slavery, they revolted against their masters, and any influence or result of the Haitian Revolution came directly from the French Revolution. Similarly, when Napoleon went to Egypt, he discovered the Rosetta Stone. It led to the deciphering of two ancient languages, hieroglyphics and demotics. It was an amazing discovery, enabling scholars to learn about the ancient Egyptians. Finally, when Napoleon occupied Spain in 1808, it led to an independence movement throughout all of Latin America. The French Revolution was inevitable and practically shaped the world and our environments today. Not only was it influencing during its time, but has had long-term significance in abolitionist and feminist movements, Latin America, education, Egyptian history, and much more.